Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm taking a look at all of the summer 2024 LEGO Batman sets. I know I'm a few months late on this, but I really wanted to talk about this set in particular. It's the very first Batpod we've ever gotten. It's a similar build to like the super exclusive, really hard to find like giveaway set from 2015. I did build that. I don't know if I ever made a video about it, but I built that using parts on Bricklink in 2019. And I love it, and I really love this new one, and so that was the impetus for making this video. Before we get into the sets though, I do want to remind everyone that I am an employee of the LEGO Group. However, all opinions expressed in these videos are my own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the LEGO Group, and LEGO is a registered trademark of the LEGO Group of companies, which does not sponsor, authorize, or endorse this site. So we have four main sets here, and then I've got the Batman BrickHeadz at the back. That was an 8-in-1 set, so I guess technically it only counts as one more set, but I did build all of them. I have a separate video about them, so I've just included them in the overview here, but we're not really going to look at them because you can watch that longer video. But we've got the Batpod that I just rolled off camera, so it's the Batpod and the Batman construction figure. That is a $65 set. Then we have the Batman animated series Batmobile. That's a $60 set. Then at the back, we have the 4+ Batcave Joker Invasion. I forget what the exact name is, but it's a $35 set. And then in the center, we have the Batman Mech Armor set, which retails for $15 US. We're going to save the best for last. So here's a really quick look at the 6 different BrickHeadz you can build. Or sorry, the 8 different BrickHeadz you can build. I really like them, but again, check out that longer video if you want to see more. It's just a bunch of different Batman recreations from throughout the years. The 2 bigger sets are more adult display oriented, but these ones are true play sets. I'm really happy to see that we did get a Batman Mech Armor set. I've been waiting for one of these since Marvel started doing the mech sets back in 2020. I think that this one is pretty good. It looks good. It's fairly detailed. I love this large batarang that he's holding. It's really easy to get some cool poses in there, like he's about to throw the batarang. He does have a minifigure scale batarang clipped onto the side there. Love accessory storage in any LEGO set, so happy to see that. And then he has a wrist-mounted gun. That's a little bit odd for Batman, and I don't really like it because Batman is famously anti-gun. And so this is a stud shooter, so I appreciate the playability, but I really wish that this was like an old style of stud shooter with a grappling hook attachment so that you could fire off like a grappling hook on a string. I think that that would have been a much better play feature. But honestly, I don't think the old style of stud shooter is even in production anymore. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've seen it in a set for a really long time. I think we only see this style now. But I still feel like some kind of grappling hook launcher, even if it wasn't a stud shooter, would have been the way to go. I do like this huge turbine at the back, so I guess this mech can fly because it does have these big wings. The wings are cool. It is different from just doing a large cape, and so I do like that, you know, you have a little bit more functionality with them instead of just having a big cape on this. And then we make our way to the Batcave. I know a lot of people like to crap on 4+ sets. I don't know why, because they're made for 4-year-olds, so I think they're totally valid. I like buying them because they have exclusive printed parts and sometimes exclusive minifigures. That's why I got this one. I really wanted that exclusive print for like the Bat computer screen. I just think it's a really cool piece with a lot of detail, and this Batgirl minifigure is actually exclusive. I didn't realize it at first when the set pictures were revealed, but that is a new torso for her, and so I'm glad that we're still getting variants instead of just reused minifigures. Because the Joker that we get in this set is fine, but I don't think he's exclusive. I like his little car, though. It's super on brand for him, and it's got a printed tile. You've got a disc shooter with the printed logo. You have like some money, some kryptonite, I guess, which is kind of funny. I think that's a glow in the dark, but you have a spider there. And then I really like this play feature where you have the Batwing that can dock on top of the jail cell. So it's pretty easy to just pick up and remove. But this is a Batman minifigure, same as the Mech Armor, using the newer style of cowl, which is great to see that being used more and more. And I mean, it's a nice little Batwing build. I like 4+ builds. They're like so cute. They're kind of chibi style, but especially the Batmobiles, like they're just freaking adorable. And this one being able to dock, that is a really nice play feature that we've also seen in some larger Batcave sets. The jail cell wing is also pretty cool. There's a little play feature at the back to kind of bust Joker out of prison. There's a hot dog inside. And then I think that this is hilarious. There is a toilet full of pee inside because there is a transparent yellow piece. So I'm sure kids will enjoy that. And you do have a couple of hidden spaces back here where you can hide stuff and play with it more. And there's another clip on this side, although there isn't a clip over here. So I wonder if that hints at more 4+ Batman sets coming that will be able to connect to this one. The animated series Batmobile set is the latest in this style with the little plaque and rotating display turntable. That's cool, but I don't think it sits well on the turntable. It's super loose and it just doesn't even sit centered. And because it's a pretty heavy model, I don't think the turntable works for this. I really wish it had been connected to the main model better. But I love the minifigures. We have an animated series Mr. Freeze with a new mold for his helmet. We have a repeat of the animated series Harley Quinn from like the Gotham City Skyline art set. That's cool. Mine did come with a misprinted hat, but I reached out to customer service and they gave me a new one. So I guess I should actually swap that out. And now she looks perfect. I love this minifigure. I think it might be the best Harley Quinn minifigure LEGO has ever made. So I'm really glad that it's coming in a cheaper set for more kids and adults to be able to enjoy it. So I'm very happy about that figure being repeated. I don't think it needed to stay exclusive to the big set. You have a Batman minifigure inside, but we'll take a look at that in a second. I've never watched the animated series. I know people were also complaining about this being dark blue because I think it was black with blue highlights in the show or something. I don't care. A blue Batmobile is cool. Like, Batmobiles are always black. It's boring. I mean, they're cool, but it's boring. It's really nice to get something that's a little bit different. I do recognize the overall shape. I wish the headlights could have been brick built. I feel like there was a way that that could have been done. I feel like it's kind of lame to have them as stickers, but all of the other detail is brick built. I really love like the scalloped intake at the front. It's finished off super nicely, very smooth. There's only a couple of studs in view, and I feel like it's just because these pieces aren't made with smooth alternatives. You do have stud shooters at the front, but I appreciate that they can very easily just be pulled straight out if you want to display this with a cleaner look. The holes might bother some people. They don't bother me. I really like this kind of detail down there too. I don't know what that's supposed to be. You have like these little like slanted in parts on the side. I don't even know what to call it. It's just a very sleek model. I really like the way that this has been built. I also love the scalloping towards the back. I think that that's been pulled off really well. And like all of the other Batmobiles of this style, they've been doing this since like 2019. As you roll it along, like the flame at the back will roll. So that is a great feature. Inside the cockpit, there you have the Batman minifigure. He has one of the newer style rubber capes, which I do like. Again, I know that there's been a lot of controversy about these as well. I'm happy to see something different being tried. I wish it came over the shoulders like a little bit more. Sorry, I guess I should bring it closer to the camera. But I don't have the same complaints that everyone else has about them. The one thing I don't like about this is that because it can't like bend out of the way, you need to leave space for the cape to fit. And actually, I'm just gonna pop that straight off so that we can get a better look inside. I don't like that. I don't like that there's a giant hole at the back where you can just see the gear spinning from like the turning flame. That to me is not acceptable in what's, yes, like it's still a kid's toy, it's still a play set, but it is intended to be like a display collector's item as well. That's why the plaque and the rotating display stand are included. And even on a toy, I don't think a visible gap like that is acceptable. I don't understand why that couldn't have been covered up. I feel like there must have been a way to leave the space for the cape without leaving an unsightly gap in the model. So that's how I feel about that. I do like the cockpit overall, though. You have some stickered console details, and those look really nice. And finally, we come to the Batpod and construction figure, one of the best superhero sets of the year, hands down. This thing is gorgeous. The fact that the construction figure sits on the Batpod exactly like he does in the movie. You've got the knees bent into armrests over there. Here, I'll move his cape so you can like actually see how he's sitting in there. His feet attached to these pads. He grips the control bars up here. It just looks amazing. I'm so happy with this. And the reason why I love the Batpod build from 2015 so much, which again, I don't own the set. I just built it using the instructions and parts I bought off of Bricklink. I love it because as this thing rolls along the ground, it makes the noise that the Batpod makes in the movie. I'm not going to be able to show it on camera, but like if you really get it up to speed and start whipping it like along the ground, these tires, they're specially designed for these Dark Knight Batman sets. They were designed in 2014 for the Tumbler. And so they make the same whirring noise that the wheels do in the movie on the Batpod when you roll it along fast enough. That's just incredible. These are some of like the best engineered Lego pieces I have ever seen in my life because of that. And like I said, that's why I love the old version so much, and so I'm really happy that the new version has that same quality. I'll try to do a comparison of these when I go home for the holidays, because then I'll be able to put this one next to my old Batpod. But I do really like the details on here. There's a lot of brick-built mechanical detail for the guns up by the front of the wheels. You do have stud shooters as well, so there is some playability. Although, again, I think that this is more of a display set, not just for adults, but, even for older kids. And then there is like a little bit of detail at the back, but it's mostly just like the footrests for Batman. I do like the stickers on these chair pieces that add some more detail. And the whole thing, I thought it might have been like a boring build, but it wasn't too bad. I do think I like the old version better from what I remember of the build experience. And I do think that one is a little bit bigger. It's pretty easy to get the construction figure off and on though. So you just have to unclip him from the handlebars. So you have to like bend open his fingers and then unclip him. Then you just raise him up and his feet come right off of the footrests. Here's what like the main body of the bike looks like. That's kind of to brace, I guess, his groin as he like puts his feet on the bars. And then this is where he grips on. So like he's just got some clips on his hands that go right here. And then these are like the armored pieces that guard his forearms from, I guess, enemy attacks. So yeah, it's a really nicely built Batpod, but let's go ahead and take a quick look at the construction figure too. The construction figure looks pretty decent to me. I do like the printed slopes that make up his chest, although there is a huge gap in the middle of the Bat logo. That's not great, but I don't really know how it could have been avoided. He's got the brick-built ab detailing on his suit, and then the whole thing just looks really sleek, like the Christopher Nolan bat suits looked. So I think that that's perfectly fine. His gold utility belt is built with a mix of gold and dark tan pieces. He's got the typical construction figure build, so the same kind of shoulder pads. He's got like the articulation in the elbows, in the hands. There you can see the clips that clip onto those bars on the Batpod, and then the same kind of articulation in the feet. And he has the same exact cape that came on the last Batman construction figure, and I think the same exact face piece. I don't think a new face piece was made, but I don't think a new face piece really needed to be made because, I mean, he's Batman. He looks like Batman. So it's a fine construction figure, but like I will not ever care about displaying this thing separately. It is going to sit on that Batpod, and that Batpod and him on it will be displayed in a very prominent place in my collection because I love it so much. That about wraps up this Batman collection video, though. I think that the summer 2024 sets were pretty great. I know that the LEGO DC theme has become entirely Batman, like we never see Superman, Wonder Woman, any other heroes anymore, and it is really sad. I miss seeing those characters. Like I feel like the last time we got a Superman set was in like 2017. We never see anything other than Batman in this theme anymore. That being said, Batman sells, and I love Batman. Ever since the 2022 movie came out, I realized that I am like a huge Batman fan. I just love his world. I love his villains. So it was feeling a little bit stale for a couple of years. The 2020s, I don't think have been great overall for the DC theme, but I do think it's really great to start to get some new stuff. Like this Batpod and construction figure set, totally unique. Similar to like the Star Wars Construction buildable stuff, but it's more system than Technic. And then the Batman animated series stuff is really cool. That is like a different flavor of Batman that we haven't seen in Lego form before. So I feel like we're getting to a good spot where we have like a lot of Batman stuff, but it's starting to get a little bit different. And I really hope that in the next few years, we're going to see a return to other DC characters, especially as the movies like diversify. We have the Superman movie coming out next summer. I don't think we're going to get a Lego set for it, but I would love it if we did. but I just hope that movie in general leads to even comic-based Superman coming back in Lego form. So let me know what you guys think about these sets in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys in more videos soon. Bye for now.